You went there on your own? My good sir, this is not a good idea. Hi guys, it's Janae and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm reacting to episode 4 of 4 minutes, which sounds weird, but I do want to mention I'm a little bit apprehensive because I've heard that episode 4 can be a little bit divisive. I don't know, we'll see. I'm scared. I hope you guys will still enjoy it, because I'm hoping that I enjoy it, because I really liked the reveal that we got at the end of episode 3. But before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. And if you're interested in joining either of those for uncut and exclusive reactions, the links will be in the description below, along with my social media and my PO box. And if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. But now, without further ado, let's get into today's video.
ผู้ใหญ่เขาเร่งลงมาแล้วเราต้องจับคนร้ายให้ได้เร็วที่สุดผมจะเร่งให้นะครับเร็วเลยนะสารวัตรวิน
I thought it wasn't his case
คดี
anymore.
เสียช้าถึงไหน
สารวัตรเดี๋ยวขอไปดูเคสใหม่ก่อนนะครับ
Is that his name? Like, what's going on? I feel like the discrepancy in names is gonna confuse me here. I'm not sure if we're supposed to know that that means he murdered his own brother, or at least maybe like either murdered his own brother or was framed for murdering his brother, or if it's someone else and he's just looking at the phone because he now can tell him who murdered his brother, but it might be someone he knows or something like that. You didn't think to explain anything to him at all?
มันไปไหนแล้วมันหนีไปแล้วพี่
You might bleed out. You need to go to the hospital.
พี่เลือดออกเยอะเลยเราไปโรงพยาบาลกัน
That was risky for time to do if he wasn't planning on explaining himself at all.
ตอนนี้น่าจะอยู่ห้องผ่าตัดนะครับ
ไปทางไหนครับ
เดินตรงไปทางโน้นก็เจอเลยครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
ห้องตรงนู้นนะครับ
You're actually gonna confront him over this?
หมอทามอยู่ในนั้นหรือเปล่าครับ
หมอถามกำลังผ่าตัดอยู่ค่ะ เข้าไม่ได้ค่ะ เชิญนะคะ เชิญรอข้างนอกค่ะ เชิญรอข้างนอกค่ะ ขอร้อง เชิญค่ะ
Yeah, what are you thinking? You
How
can't
many
just go in and now she has to re-sanitize herself because you tried to go into a highly sensitive area. I appreciate him actually coming to confront time. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but at least he's not just... No. You tried to murder his brother, or at least threatened him. I feel it's fair for him to come and confront you. It's probably not a good idea, though. Someone has shown that they're okay with slitting someone's throat, technically.
ผมจะให้โอกาสพี่ทำไปทำไมวะ
Tell him. It's already quite stunning
Stop,
that he
Shemai.
actually came to ask you instead of just
ไม่รู้จริ
taking
ง
what he saw as
รู้เรื่อง
his only answer.
ไอ้จะแจ้งตำรวจก็แจ้งไปถ้าไม่บอกว่านายอยู่ไหนมึงไปหมดหน้ากูเลย
Oh my, why does it seem like these attacks are getting more intense?
แนนใช่ไหม
ฮะ
ผู้หญิงที่พี่ชายผมจับตัวไว้ ผมจะช่วยแนนออกมาให้พี่เอง
I love his proactiveness. Like, that is genuinely something that I'm really appreciating about his character. Once he's confronted with something, he doesn't shy away from it. He immediately tries to rectify it. I mean, I could kind of see that being maybe a tad unbelievable, in the sense that why would you assume, if you love your brother, you trust him, but I would find it very hard to believe that someone that I loved and trusted was keeping anyone captive. maybe just a little bit more steps between that and the I'll help you get her out would have been good, but still, I really like the fact that he is so proactive in trying to set things right when he finds out something is about to go wrong. Well, you're being watched, it seems.
ผมถูกสะกดรอยตามมาสักพักแล้วอะน่าจะเป็นลูกหลานคนใหญ่คนโต ช่วงนี้คุณเองก็ต้องระวังตัวด้วยเหมือนกันนะ
Okay, which points to it potentially being Great's brother, though. I've already been surprised by how low he's willing to stoop, but I would be even more surprised if he were willing to go that far.
ผมว่าให้ผมย้ายเข้าไปอยู่เป็นเพื่อนคุณจนกว่าคดีจะคลี่คลายก็น่าจะดีนะ อย่างน้อยผมจะได้ปกป้องคุณด้วย
That feels weirdly calculated on
นึกว่าเจ้าของไม่เยอะกว่า
his
นี้สิ
part. It very much feels like he's the honey trap. I might need to mute again soon.
ใครอะ
The one that he's cheating.
พี่ลบ
Can you pull up your pants? Were you... Dude, don't waste time. Go hide. Why am I condoning this? I'm not. Damn it.
ขอโทษทีที่หายไปนาน พอดีพี่มีเรื่องด่วนจัดการ
Oh, and by the way, my neck almost got slit.
โดนขนาดหายไปเป็นอาทิตย์ ติดต่อก็ไม่ได้เลยเหรอ
Do you notice the message? Like, not that he's invalid for being angry because no one in this situation is handling it right, but like maybe this had something to do with it. It doesn't, but maybe it did. Like, that would be my first thought.
เข้าไปโดนอะไรมาพี่ก่อน
This is not how you fill someone in. Generally, it requires more words.
น้องมันฆ่าตาย ใครเป็นคนทำทั้งการ
I'm trying to figure out if he is genuinely surprised, because it's like, it's convincing enough that I could believe it in the long run. But I'm feeling overly suspicious right now. So part of me is also like he could be fishing for information to see if they know it's him, you know? I wish I wasn't this cynical, but yeah. He does
กล้าอะไร
seem...
พี่ล่ะ
Dude. His brother died. And that response is not making you look innocent right now.
เดี๋ยวก็ดีขึ้น
That was a weird response. Maybe it wasn't accurately translated. Okay, we're gonna be putting it just a little bit softer again for my sanity. Guys. I'm low-key kind of glad I'm not hearing any of this, because I would be blushing even harder if I could hear any of this. Sorry, I don't know why my guard always goes up whenever there's like animal death involved, because
นี่เอง
you don't generally include it unless it goes very grim. Like, I'm immediately thinking along the lines of you know, what they classically say is the first signs of, I don't want to misquote it now. I always get confused between a psychopath and a sociopath. But I think generally they say it's one of the signs of potential sociopathy is the killing of animals. And I'm like, did this dog die of natural causes or should we be concerned?
แม่ผมเพิ่งตายทำไมถึงเอามาฝังไว้ตรงนี้ล่ะ
Looks like a pretty fake cat, which I'm very glad about because it helps me distance a little bit emotionally.
น้องก็เก็บปลอกคอไว้สิ จะได้เอาไว้ดูต่างหน้า เวลาคิดถึงเลย
That's sounding like it might be his brother or father.
จะได้เอาไว้ดูต่างหน้า
I mean, it could be his mother. Let's not discriminate here.
แค่นี้ก็ไม่มีใครทำอะไรน้องได้แล้ว
It's so interesting to see the disparity between how he behaves towards people he likes versus how cruel he can be, or thoughtless is maybe the right word. Considering the fact that he was like, oh, you dare tell me to leave right after I found out that I abandoned you in your time of need?
พี่เอาไหน
Is he imagining it? Because otherwise this makes no sense.
ชูไม่เป็นหรอ
That feels kind of insulting, just a little bit like, oh, I could tell you don't know how to kiss.
ใจเต้นไม่ไหวแล้วนะเรา ลองเอาลิ้นเข้ามาในปากพี่สิ
This feels weirdly out of place.
ทะลึ่งปะเนี่ยมันเรื่องเดียวกับพี่อ่ะพี่ว่าถ้าอีกรอบน่าจะดี
See, I wouldn't mind this
โอเคมากๆเลย
if it was a couple that was on, like, on my good side right now.
ต้นกล้าเอา
But
ของ
half
บ้า
of
นหลังนั้นหมดหรือยังอ่ะ
the two of them I don't appreciate, so it.
เสื้อผ้าของบางอย่างผมเป็นพี่ก่อนที่สุดในโลกเลย
I have some thoughts about that scene, but I'll leave it till the end of the episode.
นี่ผมยังไม่บอกคุณลูกว่าใช่ไหมว่าผมเจอคนไข้อีกคนที่อาการคล้ายกับคุณลูกว่า
จริงเหรอคะ
Okay, before we get into this, her answer was a little bit quick for my liking. I fear that maybe she has ulterior motives for meeting great, but we'll see.
เขาพูดอะไรบ้างหรือยัง
ยังครับ
Considering how you've treated her, I don't think she's gonna be fessing up anytime soon.
ผมจะให้เงินคุณแล้วปล่อยคุณไป โอเคไหม
See, the problem now is, like, if you hadn't hurt her, she might have genuinely believed your words. But you've hurt her, you've shown her genuine cruelty, even if it hasn't been you directly. Like, the people under you have shown her genuine cruelty. Because you've already stooped to this level. Why wouldn't you stoop lower?
ครับ ผมได้เรื่องอะไรแล้วจะบอกครับ
I wouldn't trust him if I were you. He doesn't seem to be willing to actually listen to what you say.
เฮ้ย เมาแล้วเหรอปวดมา
Oh goodness, how are you gonna fish the information out of
ผม
him
มาให้ไว
here?
ที่สุดแล้วนะ โตขนาดดูแลพี่ได้แล้วอ่ะ มาหมดแก้ว
This is so sad because I really love, like, these moments between them. but unfortunately they don't exist in a vacuum.
รสชาติแบบบาดคอ
At this rate, he's just gonna pass out. I don't think he's actually gonna give you any helpful information.
นี่มาเซลฟี่กัน
That was pretty damn smart. Okay.
นี่มันโกดังเก่าพ่อนี่
Okay, so he doesn't even need. Okay, and then delete. Delete the send receipt. I'm so glad he has a brain. That was actually really well done. He was not suspicious at all because he didn't push the information the way that might have like tipped his brother off. Wait, you went there on your own? My good sir, this is not a good idea. You should have came at this with a plan. You should not be like improvising this. What are you gonna do once you actually get in? It's not like you can fight particularly well or well enough to potentially stand a chance at beating them. You better hope your 4 minutes kicks in at a convenient time if need be. Oh great. Oh great.
พวกมึงฆ่าเพื่อนกู
จะบอกหรือไม่บอก ไม่มึงส่งข้อมูลให้ใคร
I shouldn't be pausing, but I'm stressed.
บอกมามึงส่งข้อมูลให้ใคร
มึงฆ่ากูสิฆ่ากูเลยไอ้พวกชั่ว
ให้โอกาสมึงครั้งสุด
Sir,
ท้าย
what
นะ
do you not understand about keep her alive?
มึงก็อย่าอยู่เลย
Please tell me he's about to have a 4-minute backtrack. Because,
นี่ก้อนสั่งให้ผมพาแนนออกไป
แต่คุณกรณ์ไม่ได้สั่งอะไรผมไว้เลย
นี่คุณกล้าขวางผมเหรอ
you're about to go against your entire family. Please tell me you still have your brother's phone.
เฮ้ย
This is terrifying.
ปล่อยกูปล่อยกู
เฮ้ย
Yeah, you guys can't murder your employer's son. Are you completely out of your wits? Yeah. Problem here is, great.
พาแนนออกไปก่อน
Time. Do you actually think? Are you actually willing to kill them? Because I'm pretty sure they're willing to kill at least you.
ยังไงกูก็หามึงเจอ อีกไม่นานหรอก
I mean, technically he could have shot you in that moment. There's no reason why.
เดี๋ยวเข็มไปที่โซนแดงเลยนะ แล้วคนไข้มีญาติมาไหม
เมื่อกี้มีคนพามาส่ง แต่
This
ตอ
is
นนี้
gonna
หายไป
get
ไหน
so
ไม่รู้ครับ
messy though. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
because
ไม่รู้
now
ครับ
all their identities are exposed. It's not like they can hide. You should not be ecstatic right
ช่วย
now.
แนนออกมา
You're not just a little bit stressed about the fact that you just betrayed your family for someone you
Sure
just
you are.
met.
นี่ขนาดนี้ไม่ต้องรักษาแล้วมั้ง ไปมีพลังพิเศษแบบ X-Men ไปเลยดีไหมเข้าไหม
No, it kind of seems
Imagine
like
if we all
something
that-
that might lead to
ผมอ
his
ยากรู้คำตอบ
death.
อยู่ดีนั่นแหละที่ไหนก็ได้ที่ไกลมากพอ
I mean, you kind of can't though, because what's gonna stop them from just coming and killing Nan while she's in the hospital? You're taking the fact that your family is built on criminal acts very well.
แน่ใจนะจริงไหมเนี่ย
You don't think maybe your car has a tracking device in it? Most cars these days do, don't they?
ใจผมยังเต้น
Even if it's just for insurance? I hope once the adrenaline crashes, we're gonna get to see a little bit of his, like, of reality sinking in for him, because I do feel like we haven't seen a lot of that. Wait, now? We're gonna see the flash forward that he got now? We haven't even seen the Please Forgive Me cup yet. I kind of don't want things to escalate right now, and I think it is going to. But, I mean, I'm okay with it as well if it escalates. I just.
ไม่ส่งเลยหาพี่เข้ามา
Okay, this is cute. I'm not gonna make the noise.
เข้าเสือ
That thigh tattoo is decidedly distracting. Guys, that's so much. Okay, wow. I shouldn't be surprised because we've, like, it's not like this is the show's first sex scene, but still.
เรียบร้อยแล้วค่ะ สามารถกลับบ้านได้เลยค่ะ
ขอบคุณพี่มากนะครับที่ดูแลผมนะพี่
ยินดีค่ะยังไง
I really hope you keep on surviving. Part of me wondered if maybe he'd also start having the 4-minute symptoms.
อย่าบ่นเยอะนะก็ดมหายแล้วนี่ไงดมเลยออกมาครับ
Do we want to know who his brother is?
ครับ
Because I feel like it's going to make things more complicated. Huh?
พี่ต้นกล้าผมกลับมาแล้วพี่พี่ต้นกล้า
Wait, what? Huh? I'm so confused. I have a weird theory, but I don't know how likely that is. So just to kind of quickly recap where I'm at right now, because I am feeling very confused. Am I right in understanding that the person who showed up at his house and is there but isn't there is the guy who Great saved from Title? And that means that his brother is Tuklo? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but that guy. Is that how they're connected, or is this some other guy that I should know but I don't know because my memory is not great? Because if it is indeed that guy, what I think is happening is Great's different interventions in time is basically splitting the timeline. So in one timeline, he's coming home, he's fine. In another timeline, he's not. Because if that is the case, I think it's going to be very interesting seeing how these timelines diverge, how they might cause trouble for each other, that kind of thing. But putting the more plot heavy speculation side of things aside, because I'm intrigued, like I want to figure out what is going on there. this is gonna sound strange to complain about, but for me personally, I loved the plot that we got in this episode, but there was too much sex. And I know that it sounds like a weird complaint to have. I thought that the moment with him consoling her about the cat was enough of an emotional moment that I understood where their bond had formed, and I kind of like could mourn with him for this relationship that he thought carried so much meaning and now feels very bleak and empty after the death of his brother, and the fact that he's not supporting him in any way. So the sex afterwards just kind of lessened the impact of that for me, and then it did bring it back a little bit at like after they'd had sex. That moment where they were lying in bed just talking to each other, I quite liked as well. So I just kind of wish they would have cut out the sex, because it felt very tonally inconsistent with the emotionality that had been building up before it and that built up again after it. And I think it also wasn't helped by the fact that we already had a sex scene with the police officer and him. It just, this episode felt so heavily focused on them, and because we got 2 sex scenes with him in it, it just felt like too much. I don't know how else to put it, but I was looking at the situation with Nan and Great basically saying, I'll help you find her, and wishing we could just get back to that. And because of that, the sex scenes became almost a chore to watch, because not only was I not emotionally invested in it because of the betrayal between the two of them, but also I was wanting to focus back on the plot. And yeah, that made it a little bit difficult for me to appreciate those scenes. And as a result, unfortunately for me, when I came to the sex scene between Great and Time, which I was actually emotionally invested in, it just didn't hit as hard as I think it would have if they'd restrained themselves for the rest of the episode, you know, before it. I feel like I'm being overly critical, but also like this has always been the way I've watched things, so I hope you guys won't mind. Yeah, let me know what you thought. If you completely disagreed with me, that's totally okay. I get that this might just not be quite my cup of tea, but the story is so interesting, and I think the actors are doing a great job. So I hope you guys still enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.